What's going on, love? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the collective message of the day. For those of y'all who are new here, what's going on, love? My name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot, and I typically upload daily collective messages for us all throughout the week. And when or as the opportunity presents itself, you'll notice messages for each zodiac sign as well as what I like to call collective conversations, okay? So if that's anything that you may be interested in, make sure you do us both the favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, please and thank you, right? If you're interested in supporting me or following me on any of the other platforms, make sure you check out the description area because my link tree is there and all that information will be found in there. Is there anything else that I'm missing? I don't think so. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the message, okay? First and foremost, all thanks and praise to the Most High. Angels, ancestors, spirit guide, God energy itself. You know our hearts, you know our situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you give me the words I need in order for me to be able to articulate the message in the best way possible. I also ask that you clear anything standing in the way of our clarification, confirmation, and transformation at this time, Ashe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Spirit, is there anything else that we need in this message? Is there anything else that we may need at this deck for this current message? Good. Alright, let's get into it. Let's get into whatever we may have here. The first card, underneath it all, right? The Eight of Swords. Okay? So at this time, there seems to be some type of an issue, a problem, a concern, right? That you are focusing on. Like you're focusing on the problem and you're not paying attention to, or you're not recognizing the solutions that are there, like right in front of you. And when I say you're not paying attention to them, what it is like the solutions to whatever the problem seems to be, they seem small, right? So at this point, you like, that's not gonna work. Like that's not gonna work. Like that's not happening. It's not gonna fix what I needed to fix, right? However, you're not recognizing like there's multiple solutions, and although they may seem smaller than each of these situations, problems, or circumstances, when you put all of these solutions together, they become more powerful than what these two swords are, or what these two swords seem to be. You just got to put yourself in a position so that you can recognize that, like, okay, let me take it a step at a time. Let me take it like a little step at a time, right? With this Two of Wands. This is you knowing that you have the power, you have the control, you have what it takes. You just have to be willing to take it a step at a time, little steps at a time. We always talk about that, y'all. I don't even know why y'all be tripping over small shit to a giant. Have faith in yourself. This is like a trusting energy, right? I used to say like this is a hopeful energy, but to me, hope is kind of still like unsure, uncertain. This energy is telling you to trust, like to really trust that you're going to overcome whatever this seems to be. Yes, it seems toxic. Yes, it seems challenging. Yes, it seems, but that's all in the physical aspect, right? Stuff going to always shake up around you, boo. Stuff is going to always shake up around you. You have to pretty much be like stronger than what is trying to attack you in a sense. All this is external shit that's going on, right? So this is external. Don't allow it to like affect you on a spiritual level. And I know it sounds crazy with me even saying it like that. However, like I'm saying what I mean, and I'm meaning what I say at this point. The chaos, the confusion, the conflicts and stuff, they're going to be there. How you handle these things from the inside out dictates and determines how you actually associate yourself with the situation in its entirety. Does that make sense? Did I say that better this time? So pay attention to it. Pay attention to, like, it's steps. You got it's steps that you have to take in order for you to be able to get from point A, of course, to point B. You're not trying to just, you don't have to. I mean, you can try, right? But you don't have to just make it all make sense all at the same time, all at one time. And that's what you're doing. So say for instance, I'm gonna use this for an example. Say for instance, you needed $1,000 over the next 2 weeks. In your mind, you like, damn, I need $1,000. Who finna give me $1,000 in fucking 2 weeks? Like, nobody ain't got no $1,000 to give me, right? That's the big problem. That's the big situation. But if you break it down, like, okay, in order for me to get $1,000 over the next 2 weeks, I have to have this much, or I have to make this much per day, or I have to do this, right? You can break that shit down. It doesn't have to be as much as you think it is, right? Like, I have to get this big amount by a certain time, and I'm not gonna, like, that's impossible for me to do that, but it's really not. You're just looking at the big problem, and you have yet to break it down. So that was just a scenario, right? Whatever your situation is, that you are looking at it like the problem is bigger than the solutions that are being provided, try to look at it a different way. Not try. I want to eliminate that, not even just for myself, but for all of us. Let's try to eliminate the word try from our vocabulary, because it's like either you're going to do it or you're not. And I feel like when we say we're going to try to do something, we automatically take away from what we can actually do. Does that make sense? So yeah, that was just underneath it all. That was at the bottom of the deck. Let's quickly, right? Let's hurry up and run through what's on the table and give up whatever insight or whatever game, whatever knowledge, wisdom, gems, tips come up for us, all right? First and foremost, we have the moon card. The moon card, and it's in reverse. That looks kind of blurry, but whatever. So the moon card in reverse. You are the light in your darkest moments, right? You're not recognizing it. You don't see it that way. But I need you to accept the fact, like, I need you to know, right? You are the light in your darkest moments. So again, here go those distractions. Here go these things that you worried about. You feel me? Those are the things that you're worried about, or you're concerned, or you're paying attention to. But you are the light in your darkest moment. And you want to just pay attention to your path. As you're moving along the path, you're going to light that motherfucker up. Like, you are what lights up the path. And again, you're not putting yourself in a position to be able to see it, recognize, or realize it, because you're too busy focusing on what seems to be the problem, and it seems to be like out of your reach, or out of control, or out of, you know what I'm saying? Like, out of, you ain't got the ability, or you feel like you don't have the ability to solve whatever that issue is, and you most definitely do, right? Next comes up the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups. This one, it's like you just tripping. Like, you tripping and you don't even know that you tripping. I'm shocked, because when I just said, like, you tripping and you don't even know that you tripping, but in all honesty, you know that you tripping. Like, you really do know that you tripping. You don't like the fact that you gotta feel this way, whether it's disappointment, whether it is, upset in some type of way, shape, or form, whether it's you feeling empty, or again, you feeling out of control. You gotta let go of being so caught up in the emotion, right? You're allowing the emotions to control you. And I don't even know if I've said this here, but I know that I've been saying it a lot recently. Like, your feelings, they just don't pop up out of nowhere. They don't just come to the surface without this thought that comes before whatever the feeling is. And I've even had somebody to tell me, like, oh, well, you can control your actions, but you can't control your feelings. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can definitely control your feelings, because your feelings is what dictate and determine your actions. So if you can control your actions, why can't you control your feelings when all of it comes from here? All of it comes from your mind. So you think about something. When you think about something, it makes you feel some type of way. After you feel some type of way, this dictates and determines the actions you do or don't put in, or whatever the case may be, right? And after that action, then comes the results, or the lack of action, then comes the results that you're either satisfied with or you're not, right? So when you can find it in you to stop being so emotionally attached, okay? When you can find it in you to stop being so emotionally attached and to start gaining more structure, right? Start gaining more structure, becoming more organized. Ain't no way. Why is your 6 of disc in reverse? That at the bottom of this card, it says success on the bottom of this card, right? So in order for you to get into alignment, like in order for you to start feeling more successful, you want to get into alignment with your truth. And that's what be happening. It be like this. It be like 2 things. One, you'll ask for something, right? You'll pray for something. You'll ask for something. You'll be manifesting something. But then when it starts to show up, you're not satisfied with how it's showing up. But trust me when I tell you, it's showing up exactly how it needs to show up in order for you to be able to be stretched to that next level, or for you to be able to get into that next level. Do you understand what I'm explaining? Okay? The other one went away, but that was definitely when they had gave me, and I know I said too, but for sure, like you be wanting stuff to happen, you be praying and you be asking for stuff, but then when it starts to show up, you like, this not what I asked for. Well, there are certain things that has to happen and transpire in order for you to be able to get into the position that you asked to be in. You don't want to hold yourself up. So the emotional attachments, like it's more so the emotional attachment to like the outcome of a situation. Let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. Whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be, right? And that's not something that you can fight against. You can't fight against what's already destined, in a sense, right? And the more you try to fight against it, the more complicated it's gonna seem, or the more complicated your situation and circumstances gonna become. Right? And with that being said, and this Prince of Wands showing up, fall back. Fall back. Fall back. They just gave it's not your way or the highway type of thing. Right? And this is coming from a spiritual standpoint. Like you feeling like or thinking like it has to go the way that I've seen it going, or I don't want it at all. That's what I mean when I say it's not a your way or the highway type of thing. Because they can see things that you can't. When I say they, I'm talking about like your spirit team, right? They can see things, they know things, they recognize things that you don't. And you have to learn how to trust your spirit team. You have to learn how to trust yourself first and foremost, right? Learn how to trust you enough to trust your spirit team enough to lead you or guide you or to assist you with whatever it is that you may need assistance with. But once you fall back, right, and stop trying to force things in whatever way you've been trying to force them, you're going to allow, you're going to allow the transformations to start happening how they need to happen. You're going to allow, like, those things that need to be, like, swayed away, chopped down, whatever. You're going to allow those things to start happening. And once you do that, then you put yourself in a position to be able to attract things to you, right? At the bottom of this card, it says gain. Who's not in a position to want to get more? Who wants to attract the very things that they've been trying to attract, or not trying, that they've been wanting to attract for however long you've been wanting to attract them? And all you got to do is allow the transformations to happen. Get organized, get structure. Recognize that you are the light in this dark tunnel. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, not recognizing that you was the light the whole time. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Again, you are the light. You're just not allowing yourself to see it. You're not allowing yourself to tap into your creativity. Right? Ain't no mistakes of the past. Like, the past happened exactly how it needs to happen. It is what it is. It's done what it's done. You've gotten the lessons. You know that you're coming into this. You know that you're coming into this position of being more stable, right? Having more security. And it's a point of you realizing, like, I see why I had to go through the shit that I went through. I see why I had to do the things that I did. I see why certain things had to be left in the past. Right? That's the position. Like, it always comes to that point where you finally have these realizations, right? These aha moments, these awakenings, to be able to accept why things had to happen, to be able to realize why things had to happen. Right? So you don't want to constantly keep on putting yourself in that energy of feeling like you don't have the answers, feeling like it's too much for you to handle. Because trust me when I tell you, you know how they tell you, like, God only gives you as much as you can handle at a time. So you have to trust that, even though in certain moments when you first, like, when you initially get into a situation, you may not feel like you have the answer. But when you allow yourself to become creative and you pay attention to even the small things that possibly can be solutions, and then you put that solution with more solutions or another solution, and then you start combining solutions, like I said before, it becomes more powerful. Even though it may seem smaller, it becomes more powerful. Start breaking that shit down. You got time. You have opportunity. I was going to say you got time, but for me, time is opportunity. You have opportunity. Quit sleeping on yourself. Quit sleeping on yourself. Let's get one up out of this. Believe in your own magic oracle. Well, let's get one. I'm going to shuffle. We're going to take whatever actually comes. And we got two. The first one says, flower, be honest with yourself. What number is that? We got flower, be honest with yourself. And then we got lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Listen. Okay? Listen. Let's get into it. 17, flower. Flower, be honest with yourself. We do ourselves a major disservice when we are untruthful with ourselves. There is something you know to be true, yet you continue to ignore it. Lying to yourself may feel like the easiest thing to do, but things have changed. It's time for you to face reality, even if it makes you uncomfortable. No matter the outcome, it won't be nearly as bad as you think. Okay? It won't be nearly as bad as you think. And then lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. There will always be someone in your life who doubts the amazing things you're capable of. It is then that you must decide to be your biggest champion. Believe wholeheartedly in your worth, regardless of outside opinion. Feed yourself a steady diet that speaks to self-love, self-kindness, and self-confidence. Now, with that being said, I definitely hope that this reading brought you some clarification, confirmation, transformation, and assisted you with some type of healing in this moment in time. Okay? Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of work that needs to be done. Support, community building, right? we're all on a journey, so why not? Thank you for tapping in. Until next time, you enjoy yourself. Peace.